So Heather, or May, tell me what Heather's achieved in the past year.
No. So out, yeah, and then squeeze, and pull it in. Well, altogether, we've established this morning that she's actually probably lost around 3 stone in the past year, but we've probably added quite a bit of muscle on top of that. So yeah, we'll call it 2 stone-ish that you've lost in a year. Changed your habits, changed your body. Doesn't drink a bottle of wine anymore. That's great. A night.
It's not in one night.
And it's not in one night. That was per night. Yeah.
What's the catchphrase?
What are you celebrating?
Yeah. What are you celebrating, Heather?
Heather, can you tell me where you were before you contacted Revitalise Clinic and got in touch with May?
Oh my God. So I was using my job as an excuse to go out drinking pretty much every day. So we'd have like client lunches, we'd go out after work, and it was alcohol, but then once I was out, I would then eat junk food, KFC on the way home. So it's takeaways, alcohol, my biggest thing. I wasn't doing any exercise. I hated exercise. Nothing. I was doing nothing.
So your clients or the people watching can relate to you. What sector are you in? What industry are you in?
I'm in construction, but I've always done business development. And business development means like client relationships. So you are looking after your clients. You're going out for lunches and dinners. And it's really easy to say that you have to drink to do that job, or you have to go out and eat loads of calories to be good at your job. But the reality is that, coinciding with my weight loss, I've also become the most successful I've ever been in my career, and I'm not going out every day. So I'm actually managing to do sales without binge eating loads of calories. So
and you started your own business as well.
And I've started my own business.
So
it's going really well.
So you're basically calling out everyone in recruitment and sales that the job
Anyone
is
do
not
that?
Just because you work in recruitment, you don't have to be fat. Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to do it. Like, I will still go out to lunch, but I will order clean food. You know, you can find ways of eating out without eating rubbish.
And you've learned to incorporate it in your day. You plan it out, so you know that. We've basically what we did. We just taught Heather how to count her calories, how to work with macros. What, you know, if she has a massive client lunch and she knows that she's going to have loads of carbs because she will probably have drink, she'll then alter her macros throughout the day, so she's still consuming the same amount of calories. So it's just about teaching you what you needed to do in order to get to where you want to, while still managing your job and not losing clients because you're not taking them out on a binge drinking anymore. So,
have you had weight loss goals or fitness goals previously, and how did they differ? How did the execution of the methods to achieve that differ in comparison to training with May?
So, yeah, this is the first time in my life that I've actually had any substantial amount of loss, and I've always been trying to lose weight because I'm a woman. Women from the age of about 19, as soon as, you know, things start to actually stick, you know, when you're a teenager you can eat whatever you want and do whatever you want, but yeah, my whole adult life I've been trying to lose weight. Everything that I've done before has been about counting calories, or
she was a bit of a bad fat dieter.
Yeah, everything.
She tried everything there was under the sun.
Herbalife?
No, that was the only one she probably didn't. She did Juice Plus instead.
That was my second one.
Juice Plus instead.
But what I now understand is that the amount of sugar that is in there, as soon as I started cutting out things like that, even like diet drinks, like Diet Coke and stuff that I previously thought would help my weight loss, that has helped, which I would not have ever understood if May hadn't have done my macros. So she was looking at my food diary and analysing it afterwards and then explaining to me what I was doing wrong. And I learned things that no amount of sitting on Facebook reading people's fad diets could have ever taught me. And the exercise, I think, once May showed me that I could do something, after the first few sessions, I started to exercise on my own because I wanted to. And I've never had that motivation just came from nowhere, and I've never had that before. Even when I've tried to do classes, like I would do high impact classes once a week because my mates were going, and we'd do it for like 3 sessions and then never go again.
You started to enjoy it and you wanted to do it for yourself, not for anyone else.
May, how much would you say, like with your clients in general, but especially with Heather, how would you draw the line between education and behavioural changes? Because it sounds like, Heather, you knew a little bit, but it sounded like you were able to moderate Heather's behaviours to achieve her goals.
I think it's all about being able to relate and explaining things in the simplest terms. Just like like we said about the alcohol, the way that I've always looked at alcohol was as something to celebrate with. So if you do really well at your job or you get a promotion, you would go out and you would have a drink with your family or at Christmas or at events. That to me just translates to, it's a celebration, right? So if you're coming to me with a problem and you're telling me that, you know, you have excess amount of weight but you're drinking every night, like I said, what are you celebrating? That you're heavy. So it's not just, you know, it's relating it to what they can understand, because all of these, that, I mean, no matter how much research you do, unless you can relate it to the clients in a practical way, they're not going to understand it. And by understanding what they're doing and how it's affecting them, they then want to do it themselves, and then you get more interested in actually doing whatever I'm asking them to do. That's the difference.
And do you feel like you can relate to your clients more because you've been there and you've been through that transition?
I think so, because it makes a lot of difference. Because if I have someone who is very overweight and they come to me and they tell me that their diet consists of white fish and Mediterranean vegetables, well, that's not exactly true, is it now? Because I've been there, and you didn't get to this size by eating veg and fish. So it doesn't matter what they tell me. I know that the habits are there, but it's not about just telling them, you know, stop. It's about explaining why they need to stop and how, and little tricks along the way, which I learned because I did it myself. So I think that's easier for me in that sense.
There's no ball with you either.
No.
Like, and May texts me. That's the thing. The support doesn't end at when like you're outside of the gym. If she knows that I've gone out and I've been bad, she will WhatsApp me, and it makes me think. Like, and I think, oh, I'm seeing May tomorrow. I really need to not.
So basically, I terrorise my clients, and it works.
Yeah, but it's a support thing. It's having you there all the time.
What are your goals going forward, Heather?
So the weight loss is kind of done, really. It's now toning. I want to get strong. I want to increase what I can lift. And yeah, I just want to be as toned as I can get, really.
So stronger, tighter, and happier and healthier.
Awesome.
That's the one.
Well, Heather, congratulations again for becoming Client of the Month.
Thank you very much.
And I look forward to seeing how you progress in the future.